Okay. Now we're going to continue with points of concurrency. The previous two videos we did circumcenter and incenter. Now we're going to do centroid. That was the circumcenter, which is the intersection of the perpendicular bisectors. This is the incenter, intersection of the three angle bisectors. Centroid is the intersection point of the three medians. So to do this, you have to find the midpoint of each side, which is like the perpendicular bisector construction. I like to try to do this with as few strokes as possible. So I try to use 3 big circles. And I'll show you what that looks like. And sometimes it works really nicely. Not always. So what it does is minimize compass marks, but you have to kind of zoom out to see all the intersection points. So there's 2 intersection points. But if I make a big circle, I can then move my compass one more time. And do 3 big circles. So if we zoom out a little bit, let me change the colors here so we can make this one a bluish, this one black, and then we've got a red. Kind of weird. That one is part red and part black. That's okay. So I'm going to take a segment tool, a line tool, and go through the intersection points. So, and all I really need is to mark the midpoint. So probably what you would do is you would do that in a really light pencil color, like a gray or something light pencil, and then you would just take your actual pen and put a dot where the midpoint is, because we're going to do a median. And then you don't really need this whole line. I put it there because it's so you can see what I'm guiding myself by, but I'm going to make that line nice and light. So I don't want to erase it. So you always want to show your compass marks. And then I'm going to put a second line tool to find my second midpoint by going through these 2 intersection points. And these are not the medians. They're actually perpendicular bisectors, but that's how you find the midpoint of each side. So I think I better zoom in so you can see this. So this is the midpoint of side AC. I'm going to put a dot there. And so maybe what I should also do, which usually helps, is if I call these like midpoint 1, this could be midpoint 2, and now I need the midpoint of this side. So I have to zoom out a little bit and take my tool again. And go through there. I'm going to make it gray. And take my pen, mark the 3rd midpoint. Call it midpoint 3. And now I'm going to put my medians in. My medians connect midpoint to vertex. And if I did this correct, they should intersect in one point. So midpoint to vertex, or vertex to midpoint. And I'm going to make those a little thinner. Make bright green. Didn't get them all. So that's pretty good. Let's zoom in. Pretty accurate. They intersect fairly well in the same point, and that is the centroid. So the centroid, we'll talk a little bit more about next week, is what we would also call the center of gravity, which is a balancing point. One more video.